Hi everybody, it's Honest John again. Well, now that the Republican National Convention is over, let's take a look at what happened during the week. Now, the best thing that happened during the week was outside the convention, because there was a potential there with all of the open carry stuff and things like that for things to get really bad, and that didn't happen. So that's the best thing. The best thing about the Republican convention was what didn't happen outside on the streets. And it got off to a great start with Melania Trump giving a wonderful speech that Michelle Obama gave in 2008. It seems that Trump forgot to mention that some immigrants are also plagiarists. Naturally, Trump blamed Hillary Clinton for it, and one Trump spokesman actually blamed Michelle Obama. Evidently, he thinks that that Michelle Obama plagiarized Melania Trump's speech 8 years ago. But that was just the beginning. And people thought that was going to be the low point of the convention. But after that, there were a couple of speakers, including Scott Baio, who said that President Obama is a Muslim. And he has threatened to sue anyone who calls him a moron. Scott Baio is a moron. We had a police chief get up and say that it was good news that police were acquitted in the death of Freddie Gray. That's very interesting. Freddie Gray was healthy enough to run on the day he met those cops, and dead a few hours later. But if you listen to the police, nothing happened. You know, maybe if bad cops were held accountable when they murder someone, you wouldn't have good cops being shot dead on the streets of Dallas and Baton Rouge. And then there was Chris Christie's fake trial of Hillary Clinton, which only served as a reminder that nearly every one of his top aides has been indicted in the Bridgegate scandal, and they haven't even begun to investigate the misuse of the rebuilding funds from Hurricane Sandy. But the real high point, that was when Ted Cruz got up. Now, you knew when they said Ted Cruz was going to speak that he was going to use that opportunity to stab Trump in the back. And sure enough, he did. And he was booed for telling people to vote their conscience. Because you have to remember, these are evangelical Christians. They don't have a conscience. And Ted Cruz didn't get to where he is by having one. Then Trump introduced Mike Pence, his sort of choice to be vice president. But Trump was so busy talking about himself that he forgot to mention Pence. And then, just before Trump accepted the nomination, Ivanka Trump got up and made a speech that appeared to be endorsing Bernie Sanders. Now, some people think she just forgot where she was, but I think it was probably revenge for all of that incest. And then finally it was Trump's turn, and Trump gave the longest speech in modern convention history, 1 hour and 20 minutes. And he managed to speak for that long without actually saying anything, which of course fits the pattern of his campaign. But there was one thing he did say that caught my ear. Trump pledged to protect LGBT people from foreign ideologies. So I guess that means that evangelical Christians are foreigners, and I think that's great. When do we start deporting them? Thanks for listening.